What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel today. Today we're going to be talking about a couple other budgeting apps and a little comparison between Mint and Truebill, a good old-fashioned showdown.
And if you guys like having money, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Okay, so first we're just going to review Truebill, so let's open it up and take a look. So you open up Truebill and you have on this dashboard, you have your spending, this little graph right here. And then right after that, you have your bills that you've paid and what's coming up. You also have your income and all the other things you have there. After that, you have your to-do list, and basically it's just review transactions. And it kind of cycles through there. You can kind of just look at some of these things. It wants you to categorize them. Then right here it has your payday. It shows about what it expects you to get paid. And then you have your financial picture right here. So you can kind of see your cash, you can see your card balance, your debit cards, and then just the net cash that you have. They have what's called a smart savings account, which is you create your savings goal, you can schedule your automatic transfers, and you withdraw from your savings account at any time. There's no fees associated with this. The only thing is it's not a high yield savings account. So then you go to, you've got your investments. You can select those and add any of your investment accounts. So then you've got, this is the free version I'm using right now, but you can upgrade to premium. If you want to pay for it for the whole year, it's just $36 or about $5 a month. It's really cool. They have a whole bunch of additional things. They have their automatic cancellation, so they look at your bills and they negotiate them and they cancel them if you're not using them or if they're unwanted. You also have these budgets you can create and access new categories. You can get your credit report and credit monitoring. They have their smart savings account. You can chat with their customer advocates, and then you can sync all your accounts, which is kind of cool. And it does it all in the background without you having to open the app up and sync it manually. You can get your credit score like we talked about. Then you have this True Protect, and this is kind of Truebill's main, their money maker, honestly. This is what they've got going for them, and it's the coolest thing they have. And it's pretty unique to any other of these budgeting apps that we've seen. They negotiate your bills. They can get you refunds on your internet outages. They lower your energy costs, and they can cancel your unwanted subscriptions. Then the next thing is kind of their bread and butter here. You've got your upcoming bills and income. You can see on the calendar right here, and it's very, very simple. They've got the dots and the circles around for the circles for your payday. It's just a very comprehensive overview. And then just very quickly, you can see more specifically what it is. You can change that to bills only up in this top right corner, so you can just see your bills that you have to pay. And then last thing you've got is the reports. So they've got your report sheet, and they have some cool graphs. You can look at your categories, what you spent where, and your budgets. Their budgets are kind of cool. You tell them about how much bills and utilities cost you every month, and then how much income you make. And then it will tell you how much money you have left over for everything else you want to buy. It looks at your frequent spending and your large purchases, gives you a really good overview. And that's one fantastic thing about Truebill, is they're super good at compiling your expenses and showing you what big expenses are. They're very good at notifying you immediately if they sense a large purchase or a large deposit. And then you can obviously cycle through your months here. You can just kind of compare your months. And then last thing you can do is search your transactions. It gives you a good overview. And if a transaction isn't in the right account, you can always go and change it, and it'll remember that category for future transactions. The last cool thing you can do with it is you can scramble your data. So if you want to show friends, it will mix up all of the money. It doesn't let them know exactly how much you have, and then you can show them exactly how it works, which is pretty sweet. Last thing I forgot to show you guys is True Protect. Right here, it'll show you how much it has saved you. So, and look at that, 85% success rate at lowering bills. So honestly, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful interface. It's very, very simple, just to see where everything is and where it's coming from. And that this recurring page right here is kind of what they have going for them. It's just very, very simple to look at income and expenses and also this True Protect.
So the other app we're going to look at is Mint, and we'll just take a look at that right now. So Mint really prides themselves on their budgeting feature, and as we look right here, it has a pretty simple interface. So the very first thing that you see is it gives you a great overview of your net worth. We can see Jake's being he's pretty rich right
Hefty
here.
Spender.
Hefty spender right there.
Down $188.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But so it gives you a great overview of your net worth, and you can change that from 7 days to all time, a year, anything that you'd like. You can also see your spending habits right here on that exact same graph. And that's a super awesome feature. Right here, you can also add a credit score. So it can just show you what your credit score is up there at the top. Just scrolling down here, they have just kind of an overview of different transactions and things that you have, credit cards, loans, investments, and how much money you have, just standing money in your different accounts. You can link a few different accounts so you can get a big overview of where all your money is, your huge net worth.
Something that they don't have right here that's actually cool is if you go online, you can add your home.
Yeah.
So you can't actually do that through the app, but you can do it from there. And that's the cool thing too, is they have an online website that you can go to.
So similar with the mobile, they do have that online one, which is super awesome. And then you can categorize the accounts right here. If it goes into the wrong category, you can change that just right here, and you can sort through. The next big thing is their next little tab over is a budgeting feature. So this whole page is dedicated to budgeting, which is super awesome. That's their bread and butter. They really focus on budgeting, and it's super simple. So they have an upcoming bills. You can see the different bills that you have and when they're scheduled for, along with subscriptions. So the different bills and subscriptions, it'll catch a few of those. They have their budgeting feature, which is super awesome. We'll go to January. So it'll show your different incomes and your expenses. And it shows it all super nice with a bunch of different graphs. So you can allot how much money you want to put to each category. And then it'll tell you how much, if you went over, or how much dollars you have left to go into that specific category. So it's a super good visual to let you know how much money you can spend if you're a visual person, which is very awesome. We really like that feature. Yeah. They have the cash flow with the super nice graph. So it's an overall cash flow up at the top. They have an income, and it'll show you kind of month to month what your income was, along with a spending graph down here at the bottom. So it'll tell you how much you spend in comparison with the different months and how much you spent there.
Those are really simple looking.
Yeah, super simple. So that's one great thing with Mint is it's very simple, very easy for you to navigate to see how much money. It is pretty report cardish. So it doesn't control it a whole bunch, but it just gives you a very good visual aspect of it. And it has another little categories just showing you where all your money went and which category it goes to. You can sort that to newest to oldest or the amount, different categories, and where you put that money. And then a super awesome one right here is it does have goals. You can set goals so that you're able to save towards a specific purpose. And that's a super awesome feature. Helps you really, if it's set there, then you're going to be able to save a little bit more money. They have a couple resources for you. One, I would say a con with Mint is it has this little marketplace feature here. And because Mint is free, you don't have to pay anything for it. They have to make their money somehow. So what they do is they will sell your data to different companies. For example, if we click on one of these, it's almost like little ads. And so we have a Chase, Discover, and it's a little ad, and this is kind of how they'll make their money. So they can just kind of sell your data to these different people, different insurance, investments, and it gives you that different company that will be getting that
overview for those companies.
It is a super good overview. So I mean, if you're looking for a home loan, it does have some cool places with Rocky Mortgage, different places to kind of help you figure out or find a different place to get a loan or a credit card, which can be super awesome if that's what you're looking for. And then just after that has settings. So this is where you would add a new account just here in this account feature. And you can add it, I think it's up to as many accounts as you can fit in there. So, I mean, if you have 100 accounts, like power to you, but you should be able to add all those in there. So it's super simple, and I think that's one of the best features that Mint has is it's all right there in very easy graphs, very simple. It doesn't have a lot to the actual app. It sticks mostly with budgeting and letting you know how much money you have that you can spend towards that specific category.
So now we'll get into the comparison part of these two apps. So right up front, most people are concerned with cost. How much does the app cost you? And so Mint is free. Mint does not cost you anything to get on their app, use their software, budget with them or anything. They do have these other programs that they advertise on Mint's platform, and that's kind of how they make money off of that. Truebill has a subscription. They do have a free version, so you can use Truebill free. It's just kind of limited. You can't get some of the cool things like the bill negotiation or things like that. So the paid version is $36 for the year, or you can pay $5 a month. The last thing for Truebill is they get your subscriptions and they see how much they've saved you, and then they only for the first year they assess 40% of that. So if they saved you $100, they would take $40 for that first year. After that, they no longer assess the 40%, it's just your subscription fee. But that is something to make note of for that first year that might catch you off guard.
As far as the budgeting side, if you're looking for a budgeting app, there are a couple different features. So Mint has a very, very simple budgeting interface. That's kind of what it's 100% geared and focused towards. So it does have a whole bunch of little graphs that makes it super easy for you to see the budgeting side of it. Truebill, it does have a budgeting feature. It's not as focused towards the budgeting, so it'll tell you how much you've spent and how much you have left, but it's pretty limited. It doesn't give you as many different graphs or charts, or is not as simple as Mint is, but it still does provide you with that budgeting feature.
So when you go to the recurring bills and income section, this is where Truebill really shines. It's a lot clearer than Mint is. Mint does have a section, it's right at the top of the budgeting section, and it looks at your upcoming bills. But Truebill has an entire section dedicated to your upcoming, and it's got its calendar, which is very, very easy to look at and very, very user-friendly. And then after that, you have all the transactions that you can see. You can even limit it to just bills. So it definitely outperforms Mint in that area.
That is one of the main things that Truebill focuses on, is it will catch your unwanted subscriptions and help you cancel them.
So it better be better at that.
So as far as the user friendliness or the aesthetics of the individual apps in comparison with each other, Mint has come a long way. It's super simple. That's a recurring theme that we found. Mint is super simple, very graph oriented, with very simple graphs to kind of give you just a quick picture of, all right, this is how much money I have, this is how much I can spend.
Ethan just loves his graphs.
I love graphs. I'm a visual person, so it shows me exactly what I have.
And I guess I like the calendar. I like the Truebill calendar. It's really easy to look at. So as far as the main trait that both of them have going for it, Mint is focused on budgeting. So Mint probably is a better budgeting app. Plain and simple. They make it very user-friendly. They have beautiful graphs. And
Beautiful.
You can allocate your budgets, and it's very easy to see. Truebill does fantastic at catching subscriptions and bills and unnecessary payments. They're also very good at lowering your costs, and they make that very easy to look at. So that's kind of the main thing, budgeting versus catching. Yeah. And I honestly think the budgeting is fantastic to see what you're spending, but it's more of a report card. So it's less about changing how you're spending your money, though you can do that based on your report card. That just takes a little motivation. Truebill is very cool because it actually looks at these things and changes them in the future.
But something we've seen is it really comes down to your personal preference. What are you looking for in the specific app? Let us know which app between Mint and Truebill that you have found most helpful for you. And that would be super awesome.
And as always, guys, hitting the subscribe button is free. Hitting the like button is free. Our videos are free. And these videos are meant to help you save money. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for our next videos.
We'll be doing a couple more of these app-to-app versus comparison knockout rounds. So let us know which ones you'd like us to do, and we can make sure to hit those up and give them a good old review too. Catch you next time.
See ya.